The chamber of the Galactic Council glittered with cold light, a cathedral of stars where the so-called elder species decided the fate of lesser civilizations. At the center, humanity's envoys stood small, wrapped not in armor or weapons, but in the fragile dignity of peace. Esteemed delegates, the human ambassador began, voice steady though eyes betrayed exhaustion. Earth extends once more its offer of cooperation. We seek not conquest, but exchange, knowledge for knowledge, resource for resource. We believe survival is stronger when shared. A ripple of laughter spread through the hall. The scaled Thrixians hissed mockingly, the armored Eurovec clicked their mandibles in amusement, and the radiant Velorians merely waved a dismissive hand, as though swatting away an insect. To them, humanity's words were little more than background noise. One delegate leaned forward with a sneer. Your kind breeds like vermin. Peace? Cooperation? No. You will work in our mines, you will power our fleets, and you will be grateful for the privilege. Even then, the human delegation tried to soften the insult with a sliver of humor. Well, one whispered, at least they didn't call us cockroaches this time. The joke earned a few nervous chuckles from aides behind the ambassador. Humans had always found laughter where others expected silence. That, too, was a weapon. But under the surface of that moment, something shifted. Humanity had endured countless humiliations, bargains twisted into chains, treaties rewritten into servitude. Every failure at peace etched a deeper wound into Earth's memory. And yet, even here, the ambassador's final words carried both warning and promise. We asked for peace because it was right. We will not ask again. The chamber fell silent for a fraction of a second. Then the laughter returned, louder, sharper, echoing through the vaulted ceiling like a verdict. To the aliens, it was entertainment. To humanity, it was a death knell. As the envoys left the council floor, shoulders heavy with defeat, a single thought pulsed in their minds. Earth had offered its open hand, and the galaxy had spit upon it. The next time humanity returned, it would not be with an open hand at all. The news spread across Earth like wildfire. Our envoys had been mocked, beaten, and finally executed under the banner of galactic order. Their bodies were never returned. The Galactic Council called it a lesson in obedience. For humanity, it was the last straw. In the streets of New London and Neo-Tokyo, millions gathered around holoscreens, faces pale with shock and rage. Crowds chanted, not in fear, but in unison, no more treaties. No more chains. The humiliation of centuries collapsed into a single moment of clarity. Peace had not failed because humanity was weak, but because the galaxy mistook mercy for submission. Behind closed doors, Earth's leaders met in the underground war bunker known as the Atlas Chamber. Generals, scientists, and diplomats argued across a massive round table glowing with star maps. Some voices urged surrender, arguing that survival as servants was better than extinction. Others, fists slamming against steel, demanded vengeance. The room fell silent when General Elias Ward, a man with weathered eyes and a voice like gravel, stood. We gave them every chance, he said. Every olive branch was burned in their hands. Peace was our gift, and they spat on it. If survival means bowing, then I'd rather die standing. And I will not be the only one. From the far end of the table, Dr. Seraphine Kale, lead scientist of the Lunar Defense Initiative, pressed a button. A hidden projection came alive above the table. Sleek ships unlike anything Earth had publicly revealed, weapons built on principles alien empires dismissed as impossible. They think they've seen humanity's strength, she said with a thin smile. They haven't seen anything yet. For the first time in history, Earth's divided nations spoke with one voice. Factories shifted overnight from civilian production to war industries. Engineers worked without sleep, building vessels designed not just to survive, but to strike. Soldiers lined up in recruitment centers by the thousands, not out of duty, but out of fury. Still, there was fear. Everyone knew humanity's chances were slim. Jokes spread among the troops like shields against despair. We're going up against space gods with duct tape and caffeine. What could go wrong? Laughter echoed through training camps, a sound half defiant, half terrified. Yet beneath the humor burned something new: resolve. Humanity was no longer begging for a seat at the table. It was preparing to flip the table over. The first battlefield was not chosen by Earth. It was forced upon it. A Thrixian fleet of 50 warships descended on the outer colony of Eurifa, expecting little more than target practice. To the aliens, it was routine suppression. To humanity, it was the moment to prove the galaxy wrong. General Ward stood aboard the command ship Resolute Dawn, eyes fixed on the holographic display of the incoming enemy. "They outnumber us 5-1, a young officer reported, voice cracking. Ward didn't flinch. "Then they'll be 5 times more embarrassed when we're done." The human fleet was smaller, lighter, and seemingly weaker. Alien commanders laughed as they opened fire. But the first surprise came within minutes. Earth's ships didn't follow conventional flight paths. Instead of rigid formations, they scattered, darting unpredictably like schools of fish. Lasers missed. Missiles veered wide. The Thrixians were accustomed to foes who obeyed patterns. Humanity gave them chaos. Then came the second surprise: hacks. Dr. Kale's cyber warfare systems, long hidden from galactic eyes, infiltrated the enemy's comms. Suddenly, alien ships turned on one another. Their targeting systems scrambled. Confusion spread like wildfire. "They're shooting themselves," a human pilot shouted, disbelief in his voice. The third surprise was the most devastating: a new weapon codenamed Erebus, designed not to destroy but to disable. Human ships released electromagnetic pulses tailored to Thrixian tech, shutting down entire fleets in seconds. Massive warships floated powerless, their lights flickering like dying stars. For the first time in recorded history, a galactic empire's fleet fell to humans. The battlefield, once deafening with alien laughter, now echoed with silence. On the bridge of the Resolute Dawn, tension broke into cheers. Pilots slapped each other's shoulders, engineers wept openly, soldiers exchanged jokes that sounded more like battle hymns. "Guess duct tape beats divine arrogance after all," one laughed. But Ward's expression remained steel. He looked at the map of immobilized enemy ships, then at Earth's flag projected above the command table. "This was just the opening move," he said. "The galaxy will notice. And when they come for us, we'll be ready." As the disabled Thrixian warships drifted in the void, a single transmission was sent across all channels: "We tried peace. Now, humanity fights." The news spread faster than light across every star system. Entire civilizations froze in disbelief as the broadcast replayed. A Thrixian fleet, undefeated for centuries, crippled by what the Council once mocked as primitive apes. In the halls of the Velorian High Spire, diplomats panicked. "It isn't in our records," one hissed, their radiant form trembling. "No species has ever hacked Thrixian systems. This should be impossible." Across the galaxy, generals whispered the same words in different tongues: impossible. Yet the images were undeniable: warships adrift, their proud banners hanging lifeless in the void. On planets long crushed under imperial boots, hope ignited. The enslaved Corians painted human symbols on their walls, chanting Earth's name as though it were a prophecy. To the downtrodden, humanity's victory was more than a battle. It was proof that the mighty could bleed. Inside Earth's command center, the decision was made to send a message that no one could ignore. Across galactic networks, every screen flickered black before a human face appeared. A soldier in plain armor, eyes sharp with defiance. The words were simple, but they struck like thunder. "We tried peace. You mocked it. You murdered our people. Now, every chain you forged will be broken, and every world you've enslaved will know freedom. This is Earth's final message. We will not kneel." The transmission ended, but its echo rattled across empires. Some rulers demanded an immediate coalition to crush humanity before rebellion spread. Others urged caution, fearing that striking too soon might trigger disaster. The Galactic Council itself fractured, its perfect order unraveling in heated debates. In the shadows of those debates, something unexpected happened. Smaller species, the ones ignored, silenced, or enslaved, began sending secret signals to Earth. Offers of aid, information, even soldiers willing to defect. Humanity's defiance had turned into a beacon. Yet amid the rising hope, tension simmered. General Ward studied intercepted alien transmissions, jaw tight. "They won't forgive humiliation," he muttered. "They'll come back, stronger, united. We've lit a fire, and now we'll have to survive the blaze." Dr. Kale added with a grim smile, "Good. Let them come. They still think they're fighting the humanity of yesterday." And so the galaxy trembled, caught between fear of rebellion and awe of a species that had finally chosen war. The response was swift. Within weeks, a coalition of empires assembled the largest armada in living memory. Thousands of warships darkened the stars, converging on humanity's borders like a tidal wave meant to erase a single planet. To the galaxy, Earth's defiance had been a spark. Now they sought to crush it before it became a wildfire. But the wildfire had already spread. Humanity's fleet didn't stand alone. Ships of smaller species, once enslaved, now emboldened, joined the formation. Their crews carried scars of oppression and eyes that burned with vengeance. They fought not under Earth's flag, but beside it. For the first time, the galaxy faced not scattered resistance but a united front. The opening clash was chaos. Alien warships unleashed storms of plasma and fire, confident that sheer numbers would overwhelm. Yet humanity had learned to fight outnumbered. Swarms of smaller, faster vessels darted through the carnage, striking like wasps at the massive but lumbering giants of the coalition. Hackers flooded enemy systems, turning precision fleets into confused mobs. The Erebus pulses struck again, disabling ships in clusters and leaving them to drift helplessly. On the ground, liberated worlds erupted. Chains were broken, prisons stormed, banners of defiance raised where imperial symbols once hung. Humanity didn't just fight for victory, it fought to make sure no species would ever kneel again. Humor still survived amid the fire. A pilot, dodging plasma bursts, laughed over comms, who knew caffeine and stubbornness were lethal weapons. Laughter rippled through the channel, the kind of laughter that comes from soldiers who know they might die but refuse to fall quietly. The battle ended not with Earth's conquest, but with Earth's choice. Instead of enslaving the defeated, humanity broadcast a message to every star system: "We will not rule you. We will not chain you. We only demanded peace, and when denied, we fought. If you want freedom, stand with us. If you want tyranny, beware us." The galaxy fell silent. No empire had ever fought and then offered mercy, not dominance. That was humanity's greatest weapon, not just technology, not just courage, but the refusal to become what they fought against. On the liberated world of Vera, soldiers raised Earth's flag beside the banners of a dozen free species. General Ward looked to the horizon, voice low but resolute. "This is our final message. Peace was our first gift. You refused it. Now you'll remember humanity's revenge, for as long as the stars burn."